Charleston, South Carolina, and specifically on Daniel Island. We're about 10 minutes away from the famous Beeple's Studio, which is where we'll be at tonight or tomorrow night for election night. So we hope to see some of you there, or if you're flying into town. Otherwise, we are here today to bring to you Intro to Crypto and Your Voice, a workshop for informed voters. And so yeah, let's get this thing rocking. So who are we? My name is Valerie, aka VDizzle. I started in the crypto space back in May of 2021. My first NFT was gifted to me directly from Gary Vee himself, who is a well-known entrepreneur, business guru, and I had bid offers for a minimum of $140,000, and it was pretty wild to me. I didn't sell, unfortunately, I didn't sell at that time, but I knew that something was happening here, so I actually left my job that I was doing. I was studying surgery and rehabilitation for athletes, and I've been here in the crypto, Web3 tech industry for almost 4 years now. So I still see, the blockchain technology taking off and just developing. But yeah, there's layers to this. So I'm part of a show called There's Layers to This. We go live every Tuesday on YouTube, X, all the streaming platforms, every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific. And we really try to focus on educating you guys about crypto in a lighthearted and fun way, but we cover not just crypto and blockchain, but we also cover space tech and we cover art. And so, yeah, we hope to see you guys there. We want to continue your education. We will be live next Tuesday. And then the purpose of this workshop is really two focuses. The first is to teach you, educate you about what is crypto, how to set up your wallet. And then the second purpose is about voting, why it's important to vote for pro-crypto candidates and the policies that are for crypto. And so this is all brought to you thanks to Stand With Crypto, which is a nonprofit organization that has been funding campaigns like this to educate people all over the U.S. So what is crypto? Crypto, it operates independently, so it doesn't need to rely on any governments or bank systems. And it exists only in digital form. You can send it quickly and pretty securely over the internet via blockchain. We'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, this is based all on that, blockchain technology. And so why should you care? These are financial access. Crypto gives you financial access and freedom basically to anyone with internet. You don't have to use the traditional banking systems, which are pretty limited and sometimes inaccessible. You do have personal control. It's not held by banks or intermediaries. It does reduce the middleman and fees. So with crypto, you still do have transaction fees, but usually at cents. Usually when you deal with bank wires and days, sometimes it can be a large fee to do those things. It does give you privacy and security. Obviously, the blockchain is secure. And you can send and receive funds with a level of privacy. So, you're not giving out your first name, last name, and your full address. All they see is a string of numbers to really identify people. And then, of course, crypto is shaping the future of the economy. It is important. Obviously, it's influencing the politics of our world today. And there are real-world use cases for crypto, such as NFTs and investing, decentralized finance, and even in real estate. So setting up a digital wallet. So if you've never set up a wallet before, we recommend Coinbase. It's one of the easier ones. So you can go to coinbase.com/wallet. You can select create a new wallet. You'll use a username. You can choose whatever you want. I have VDizzle. So you can choose that. You will allow the next steps, the privacy policy and terms, and then you'll choose your security, whether you want to use biometrics or a passcode. So you can back up your recovery phrase. You can decide between backing it up to cloud or backing up manually. We definitely recommend manually just because it's probably the most secure way you can do it right now, where you write it down. We don't recommend you store it on your computer or your phone because those things can get hacked. But you are going to confirm the recovery phrase. So it's blurred here, but they usually give about 12 to 24 random words. And usually to make sure that you wrote it down correctly, they'll just make sure that you know your first one and your last word. And then you're all set. Your Coinbase wallet is ready to use, and you're ready to receive crypto, buy crypto, and spend crypto. So how crypto ties into voting? So crypto policy and regulation, obviously this is going to affect access, innovation, and economic freedom for all. It's going to affect everything from taxes on crypto, transactions to the way digital assets are classified and traded, innovation versus restrictions, supportive policies to foster a thriving crypto ecosystem, restrictive policies might limit access and sustainable development. And of course, it's important to know crypto-friendly candidates. So supporters of innovation, candidates advocate for frameworks that encourage growth and protect consumer rights within the crypto space. They tend to support balanced regulations that provide clarity without over-restricting the industry versus stricter regulation candidates. You'll see that other candidates call for stricter rules to control potential risks associated with crypto, like fraud and environmental impact. And they may push for tighter oversight on crypto exchanges and decentralized finance. And so now I will hand it over to my other co-host, my lovely creatress. She will introduce herself. She's the second half of There's Layers to This, and she'll tell you a little bit more about the voting. All right, welcome, creatress.
Thank you very much. Yes, so I'm creatress, Sara Imora. Creatress is my chosen artist name, but I am a multidisciplinary artist, practicing all art forms, but primarily sculpting, 3D sculpting, and mixed reality as a performance art form. And I've gotten a chance to be in Web3 since about 2017. Got started with Kraken, XRP on Kraken, and then I really got into Web3 in 2021 thanks to Clubhouse, learned about NFTs, realized that was the best way to preserve my art and to possibly participate in royalties. So I have been steadily working on 3D sculpting and getting those artworks on the blockchain, various blockchains, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, I could go on and on. But yeah, I also, on that journey, met eDizzle, met Tyler Culbertson, our third co-host to There's Layers to This, and we came up with this concept for the show where we talk about Web3, art, and Toads. But Toads is really just code for CCO, public domain artworks. And one of our favorite public domain artworks is the Cryptodes, which are not on this page. Well, they'll be on the next slide. Cryptodes are CCO, and one of the Cryptodes is our There's Layers to This mascot. So that's a little bit about me. Here's what we're doing. We're talking about key issues to consider when you're voting. So a lot of things to consider here as we're going into election tomorrow. Here's some of the things. So crypto and financial freedom kind of go hand in hand. The crypto policies that are voted on and enacted are going to affect everybody who participates in crypto. So that goes to taxes, of course, and of course, transacting without central banks. So if you've ever gotten a check and you try to deposit it, you know that you get $250 in some places on the first day, and then you have to wait up to a week sometimes to access the rest of your money. So with crypto, things are pretty quick. As soon as the transaction is posted on the blockchain, you have it. So something to consider if you use money at all. Data privacy is another thing to consider. So crypto impacts your privacy in many different ways. Of course, the ledger is public. However, wallets don't usually have your phone number and your name and your social security number attached to them. That is, unless you go through Coinbase, and that's different. But most crypto wallets do not require that. So, something to consider. And the last thing is decentralization versus centralization. So, centralization is what we've been dealing with our whole life, pretty much. And, throughout history, we've had central banks, we've had governments that have databases, and we have run into governments that have gone down, we have run into banks that have foreclosed or gone out of business, and the money that was there is inaccessible. So with decentralization, things are spread out. So for example, Bitcoin is a software that many people run individually all around the world, so that if one of those servers goes down, there's tons of others that are still supporting the network, and the network is not going to go down. You'll be able to transact no matter what happens. If there's a power outage in Asia, there's probably not a power outage somewhere else. So we can continue to work, transact, buy, sell, transfer, all those things. So decentralization is pretty important. Up until now, like I said, we've had to rely on central banks and governments. So something to consider here when you're voting. Now, of course, you want to know, how do I know who to vote for, and how do I know who's friendly? So, Stand With Crypto has made it really easy. All you have to do is go to their website. It's right here, standwithcrypto.org. Now, this specific page, /races/endorse, shows you the House and Senate candidates that they endorse. So they do have a PAC, so you can also donate to them. But essentially, they're saying that 2024 is going to be a monumental year, and Congress holds the power to shape the future of crypto in the U.S. So it's important to have the right representatives in Congress, in the House, to make crypto a more viable solution for banking, not for banking, but for just finance. So what you can do is you go to this page, you just scroll down, and they literally have all the candidates that they endorse. They have everything you need, and you can click on them, and you can see any statements that they've given, public statements about crypto, and that's how they judge who is pro and who is not. All right, so a few resources. Obviously, standwithcrypto.com. That page that I just talked about is a very specific, talk about who they endorse, but there's other resources on the website, like this next one I'm going to show, like this one right here. So you can go to this site right here, standwithcrypto.org/politicians, and you can find out where the politicians stand on crypto. You put in your address, and it tells you the different senators and Congress people that are in the running, and it tells you exactly how they rank on their scale. So, for example, they have A, B, C. They give them grades depending on the statements that they've given in public talking about crypto. So we have a pretty good idea of who's friendly and who's not. Now, another resource would be our show. Not to toot our own horn or anything, but we do talk about Web3 news. We talk about things like new laws that are being enacted. We talk about crypto taxes. We actually just hosted an event in San Diego last month where we had a crypto tax firm come in and talk about taxes.
Last week.
Just last week, literally last week, we had an event talking about that. So there's layers to this. Also talks about art, and we also talk about tech. We also talk about space tech, which is something that's very important and really fun for us. So subscribe to our show and tune in. We go live every week on Tuesdays, and you can get up-to-date news on what's going on with Web3, including, of course, this whole election season. We're going to see what happens. We're going to go live tomorrow as well, so please do tune in. We're going to be going live from the People Studios election night event. So just a few resources for you. I'm sure there's many more, but that is just something to consider and very easy. Any questions? Happy to answer. If not, thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure to come out to South Carolina for the first time. It's my first time here in Charleston. So thank you, Stand With Crypto, for just supporting our event and supporting crypto-friendly regulations and candidates. slide. I believe there is one more slide. We encourage you to post and use hashtags down with crypto. Here's a photo from our event in New York City back in April. That was one of our first in-person activations, and yeah, we can't wait to do some more. This is just the beginning. Yeah, tune in to the show. I'm gonna have my co-host come up here and give the last words as well. Dizzle.
This has been There's Layers to This. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. So what I realized is we didn't put the
I know.
slideshow on that too, but it was too late.
I was like,
You were
oh, no.
already in it. You were already in it. I was about to. It's fine because you can kind of see it, and
And we'll just have that recording. We could always